Hey there everybody, welcome. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Jess, and today I'm going to step you through a brief overview of what TSA Pre-Check is, why I think you should sign up for it today if you haven't already, or notice that sign at the airport that pretty much has no line in it and it brings you right to security. Yep, that would be TSA Pre-Check. First off though, if you are considering travel, maybe it's because you're thinking about a Universal or Disney vacation. And if that is the case, I'm your gal. I can not only give you a personalized quote, but I can help you with those tricky advanced dining reservations and making your trip perfectly smooth. And the cherry on top, my services are always free to you. And it's beneficial for both of us. I am a very proud affiliate of Academy Travel, and I cannot wait to help you plan your next vacation. Let's get on to our main topic. This is a hot one for me personally. My husband Kyle and I have been using TSA Pre-Check for about a year now, and I can safely say that this is one of the best decisions we have ever made concerning our travel plans. For about 5 years now, every trip that we have taken as a family to the airport has been filled with stress, chaos, after sitting in the line for 20 minutes. Depending on which airport you're at, because sometimes it's a walkthrough and sometimes it is far from that. By the time you get there and you have to take your stuff out of your bag, put them in bins, all while trying to take your shoes off and making sure that you're keeping track of the babies and the toddlers and just fumbling around, it is chaotic and stressful, like beyond your wildest imaginations. And when you have little kids, it's really hard. I consider myself a fairly seasoned traveler, and it still gets me every time. It is a cluster and a half. Here for us, flying out of our Manchester airport is not so bad. There usually isn't a wait at all. But not all of you guys are so lucky, and we're certainly not when we're flying out of Orlando headed back home. TSA Pre-Check eliminates all of that. Imagine a world where you don't have to take all of your electronics out of your bag, you don't have to take all of your liquids out, you don't have to take your shoes off, your belt, your jacket, and best yet, you don't need to wait in a 40-minute long line just to do it all. Yep, that's the life I'm living now that I have TSA Pre-Check. Over in TSA Pre-Check land, you kind of feel like you're one of the 1%. Or at least I imagine that's how that feels. With TSA Pre-Check, you no longer need to remove electronics, shoes, light jackets, belts, or liquids. It is as simple as showing your ID, pushing your stuff through the belt, and walking right on through. Yeah, Jess, that sounds great. How much is it gonna cost you? Only $78, and it's valid for 5 years. That's a pretty great price for a decent certification length. So what are the steps? Online, you're gonna submit your initial submission. From there, you're gonna pick a place where you're gonna go for your in-person interview. Scattered in places all over the US. We actually had ours at a local Staples that was by us. The in-person interview is only gonna take about 10 minutes. They're going to fingerprint you, do a background check, and record all of the documentation that you're required to bring. For all of the nitty-gritty details on everything you're gonna need for your submission, be sure to log on and check into TSA's actual website, and they have it all laid out for you. Make sure you have everything lined up before you arrive for your in-person meeting. Within a couple of weeks, you'll get your KTN, also known as your known traveler's number, that you can apply to your boarding pass and save in your favorite airline's profile. It is only valid for supporting airports and airlines, so be sure to check out where you're flying and what you're flying and see if it is eligible for that specific trip. For those of you with children, you don't need to worry. Children under the age of 12 can walk through with a eligible TSA Pre-Check certified parent. Children between the ages of 13 and 17 can still use TSA Pre-Check with an eligible parent as long as it's indicated on their boarding pass. However, they may be randomly excluded for security purposes. In this instance, they would be required to walk through the normal standby security line and take all of their stuff out of their bags and their shoes off etc. Anyone 17 or under who is not traveling with a parent who has eligible TSA PreCheck will be required to apply for their own TSA PreCheck pass. This is not foolproof, and at their own discretion, TSA can choose to have you go through the normal security line. If you travel internationally as well, consider going with Global Entry, because Global Entry does include TSA PreCheck. However, it is not vice versa. TSA PreCheck does not include Global Entry. TSA PreCheck does not expedite customs or immigration when returning to the US, yet it is included with Global Entry. Now, I know it sounds great, but it may not make sense if you only travel once every couple of years. But for those of you, like me and my family, who travel more frequently, it's a no-brainer. Especially you families with younger kids, because how much fun is waiting in a long security line? Yeah, it's not fun. I bring TSA PreCheck up because in talking to my friends and family, a lot of people didn't know what I was talking about. And that really surprised me. Considering how much personal stress it's relieved for me and time savings it's given our entire family while we're traveling, I figured it's absolutely worth bringing up. I can't believe it's not more widely known. This is also just one of the many tips that I am going to be dropping in my favorite travel tips video that I have coming out that will help you preserve your sanity when traveling with kids. So be sure to stay tuned so you do not miss out. And of course, if you found this video even a little bit helpful, it would mean the world to me if you would hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on your notification bell so you can stay up to date as our videos are released. I think that's gonna do it for us today. Take care, be well, and we'll see you soon.